episode of Raman Reasons. I'm going to be talking about the upcoming fourth test between India and England, which will be played at the Old Trafford in Manchester. Conditions can be quite challenging there for the batters because there'll be a bit of a wobble for the seamers in the air, and also there could be some lateral movement of the surface as well, because generally the weather is a bit unpredictable in those parts in the UK, and as a result, there'll be a bit of moisture on the surface, and the bowlers will obviously look to exploit whatever they get by way of assistance from the surface at Old Trafford. Old Trafford is the venue where Anil Kumble made his debut a long time ago, and Old Trafford is also the venue where Sonny Gavaskar reckons that he played his best, even though he did not get 100 there. It was a score of a half century for Gavaskar, and he thought that was the most challenging innings that he's played at Old Trafford. But be that as it may, Old Trafford in this series is going to be a very critical test match for India because they are 1-2 down. And it has to be said that England had a bit of a luck at Lords. And as far as India is concerned, they would be really hurting from the defeat at Lords because they did well in most parts of the match. They won more sessions, as it were, but unfortunately, they could not capitalize on the key moments or dominate in the key sessions to go on to win the test match. The injuries have also plagued India before the test is about to start. Nitish Kumar Reddy will be coming back for treatment. Arshdeep is ruled out for the fourth test. And of course, Akashdeep is also having his share of problems. And it looks quite bleak as far as India is concerned because they were really challenging England and they need good bowlers to challenge the strong England batting lineup. It'll be interesting to see if Kuldeep Yadav will get a nod at least. And as a precautionary measure, Team India roped in Kamboj into the squad. Kamboj has done extraordinarily well over a period of time, and he's had the apprenticeship of bowling on flat tracks in India and domestic cricket like Akash Deep. And he's done extraordinarily well in the last couple of seasons, and it can be a great break for the lion-hearted Kamboj. And Old Trafford is as good a venue as any for a fast bowler because the conditions will be suitable, as I said earlier. And as far as the Indian batting is concerned, there will be a lot of thoughts that will obviously be considered by the team management. Gautam Gambhir and Shubman Gill have to sit out and try and see how best they can optimize the resources that are available at their disposal. Karun Nair obviously has looked good in parts during his stay in the middle in the previous three games. But the unfortunate thing is that he could not convert any of his starts into something substantial. So the question that the team man will probably ask themselves is whether he provides them with the confidence that he can get a big one if he gets past that 30 stage. And also they'll have to see if a left-hander like Sai Sudarshan can disrupt the England bowling attack, being a left-hander and being one who can play long innings as well. There are some talks about Yashasvi Jaiswal having to be dropped from the 11 because of the manner in which he's got out in a few innings. And that is something that will also be contemplated by the team manager. But I think in the end, they will decide to stick with him because he's done extraordinarily well so far for India in all formats. And this team being a young one, they need guys who have done well in the recent past to be provided the confidence and for them to establish their places because in a transitory period, it's important that talented youngsters go on to establish their places so that they'll serve the country well in the years to come. The important thing for a team in transition is for the team management to try and get a very good unit in place which will serve them well and long. And that can only be possible if more or less the same guys are played successively or in a string of games so that they gain the confidence and they establish themselves to become a very formidable unit in the future. Now, that is something that will also be considered by the team management, but India does have a share of problems. It's going to be a tough one because the players that were looking really good have sustained injuries. Akashdeep, for example, and of course Nitish Kumar Reddy was also contributing either with the ball or the bat, and it's unfortunate that he has to return to India. So this is compounding the problems of Gautam Gambhir and Shubman Gill, but that is how cricket sometimes pans out, and as they say, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So there's a big challenge ahead for India, and this is as important a test match as they will play in a long time because they need to try and win this game to square the series and possibly go on to the Oval to give it a go to win the series. But if they lose the test match at Manchester, obviously it's curtains for Team India. So it's a test match they need to win. England will be happy with the way things went for them at Lords, and they'll also be cognizant of the fact that they were lucky to get the result they got because they were in a hurry when they batted in the second innings. It looked like they were a bit too rash as far as their batting is concerned, but their bowlers made up on the final day to win the test match for them. And they'll be hoping that the bowling unit continues to be consistent as they've been with the series progressing. And that's something that Ben Stokes would be really looking forward to because there's enough firepower in the England side as far as batting is concerned. It's been a bit of an up and down series as far as bowling is concerned, but it looks like they're gradually settling down into a formidable unit. And if they continue the consistency that they showed at Lords, then the Indian batting will be really challenged. From the way things are now, Bumrah needs to play this test match, not only because of the importance of the test at Old Trafford as far as India is concerned, but also due to the fact that the Indian team is definitely running thin as far as options are concerned. And also that Bumrah has had a long rest after the third test match. So, righto, 1-2 down, and things are really hotting up. And it's also a case of India having to really hit the straps at Old Trafford. So as they get into Old Trafford, as they get onto the field at Old Trafford, they know there's a lot riding for them and they have everything to play for. And that always propels a talented side like we have to putting up their best. And I'm hoping to see them really hit the straps and get going at Old Trafford. Come on, Gill and boys, let's get on with it and show the Poms a thing or two about what Test cricket is all about. As far as the viewers are concerned, please press the like button and also pass the word around about this particular videos that I'm putting out. And for those who are tuning in for the first time, please subscribe and press the like button as well. So I will be with you during the test match as well. But before that, I'll also like to inform you that I will be out with a video about how the women have fared and what are the gains they've had on the tour of England. So until I catch up with you next time, as I always say, be good and stay safe.